Can you imagine right here on Earth we have been living amongst aliens? Now before you dismiss this as the ramblings of a tinfoil hat enthusiast, let's swim into the depths of the ocean, where you'll find the sunfish, or mola mola, a creature so peculiar that it might as well be from another planet. Just take a gander at its physical attributes. We're talking about an aquatic behemoth that can grow up to 10 feet long and weigh over 2,000 pounds. It's so large, in fact, that it's the heaviest bony fish in the world. And it's not just its size that's odd. The sunfish has an unusual, almost comical shape. Picture a fish head with fins but no tail, a fish that looks like it was designed by a committee that couldn't agree on anything. And then, there's its behavior. These creatures love to bask in the sun, floating idly on the surface of the water, soaking up the rays like a tourist on a beach holiday. And if that's not weird enough, they've been known to leap out of the water, performing a sort of aquatic ballet in mid-air. It's easy to see why these strange characteristics have piqued the curiosity of many. These unusual traits have led some to ask, could the sunfish be an alien species? Let's delve deeper into this extraordinary creature and its alien-like attributes. The sunfish, or mola mola, is a peculiar entity indeed. It's a fish, yes, but it's unlike any fish we've encountered before. Its anatomy is truly out of this world. Picture a fish with a body so flat, it's like someone took a regular fish and squashed it with a giant pancake flipper. And here's the kicker, it doesn't even have a proper tail. Now let's talk about its diet. While most fish feast on smaller fish or invertebrates, the sunfish has an appetite for jellyfish. Yes, you heard right, jellyfish. Those gelatinous blobs that most creatures avoid, the sunfish devours with relish. It's like going to a buffet and only eating the jello. Quite an eccentric choice, wouldn't you agree? And here's where things get even stranger. The sunfish has a reproductive process that's nothing short of astounding. A single female sunfish can produce up to 300 million eggs at once. That's right, 300 million. To put it into perspective, that's more than any other known vertebrate on the planet. It's as if the sunfish is on a mission to populate the world with its kind, a characteristic that seems eerily reminiscent of an invading alien species, don't you think? But wait, there's more. The sunfish's ability to thermoregulate, that is, to maintain its body temperature despite extreme external temperatures, is another fascinating trait. It can dive deep into the icy depths of the ocean and then bask in the warmer surface waters without any harm. This is a creature that thrives in extremes, another attribute that seems more extraterrestrial than earthly. With such peculiar features, it's no wonder that people are questioning if the sunfish is truly from this world. So, how exactly did this theory come about? Well, it all began with the sunfish's peculiarities, which are unlike anything we see in our earthly aquatic neighbors. The sunfish, or mola mola as it's scientifically known, is a creature that defies conventional wisdom. It's the heaviest bony fish in the world, tipping the scales at over 2,000 pounds, and yet it has no tail. Instead, it uses its large dorsal and ventral fins to propel itself through the water in a unique, undulating motion. Then, there's the sunfish's appearance. With its flat, round body and large, bulging eyes, it looks less like a creature from Earth, and more like something dreamed up by a science fiction writer. Its skin, rather than sporting the scales we're used to seeing on fish, is thick and rough, almost like an elephant's hide. But the oddities don't stop there. The sunfish's diet is composed almost entirely of jellyfish, a food source low in nutritional value that most other marine animals avoid, and yet, the sunfish thrives on it. How? That's a question that has baffled scientists for years. These peculiar characteristics, coupled with the sunfish's mysterious behaviors and the lack of a clear evolutionary link to other sea creatures, have led some to speculate that the sunfish might not be from Earth at all. Could it be that this strange creature is actually an extraterrestrial visitor? A relic from a distant planet that somehow found its way to our oceans? Of course, this is just a theory. But it's a theory that's gained traction in recent years, with more and more people starting to question the origins of this enigmatic creature. The sunfish's unique qualities certainly make it a prime candidate for extraterrestrial speculation. The evidence is certainly intriguing, but is it enough to prove that the sunfish is an alien? Well, to answer that, we'll need to delve deeper into the evidence. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey into the unknown. What evidence do we have to support this out-of-this-world theory, you might ask? Well, let's dive right in, shall we? First, let's talk about the sunfish itself. This creature, also known as mola mola, is unlike anything else we find on Earth. Its body structure is completely unique. with a flattened body and large wing-like fins. It's like a flying saucer of the deep blue sea. No other marine creature shares its distinct shape, which makes you wonder, could this be because it's not from here at all? Now let's turn to science. While there's no definitive proof that sunfish are extraterrestrial, there are some interesting theories out there. Some scientists have noted that the sunfish's DNA is remarkably different from any other known fish species. It's almost as if their genetic code was written in a different language. Furthermore, sunfish have some characteristics that seem oddly, well, alien. They're known to bask in the sun at the surface of the water, absorbing solar energy. This behavior is eerily similar to the concept of solar-powered spacecrafts, which use the sun's energy to power their systems. Could the sunfish be using a similar mechanism? Additionally, sunfish are incredibly resilient creatures. They can survive in both warm and cold water, and even in the open ocean's harshest conditions. This adaptability could be interpreted as a sign of an extraterrestrial origin, as it suggests a level of resilience that would be necessary for interstellar travel. However, we must also consider the lack of evidence. If sunfish truly were aliens, wouldn't we expect to find some sort of advanced technology or intelligence? Yet sunfish are known for being relatively simple creatures with no signs of advanced cognition or technology use. But absence of evidence is not evidence of absence, as they say. Just because we haven't found definitive proof doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's also worth noting that our understanding of what constitutes intelligence or technology is based on our own human perspective, which might not apply to extraterrestrial life forms. While the evidence might be circumstantial, it's enough to keep this theory alive. And who knows, maybe one day we'll find that definitive piece of evidence that confirms our suspicions that the humble sunfish is in fact an alien among us. So, is the sunfish truly an alien? Let's recap the intriguing theory and the evidence that we've explored today. First, we delved into the peculiar biological features of the sunfish, a creature that looks like it's from another planet. Its size, shape, and ability to navigate vast distances in the ocean defy our understanding of typical marine life. It's almost as if the sunfish is purpose-built for interstellar travel, not just for swimming in the sea. Second, we discussed the sunfish's extraordinary reproduction process. With millions of eggs produced at a time, it's as though these creatures are preparing for colonization, not just simple propagation. We also touched on the sunfish's unique ability to dive deep into the ocean and then ascend rapidly to the surface. This behavior is eerily similar to the descriptions of unidentified flying objects that suddenly plunge into the ocean and then shoot back up into the sky. But of course, we must also consider the counterarguments. Critics of the sunfish alien theory argue that its distinctive characteristics can be explained by evolution and adaptation to its environment. They point out that the sunfish's unusual features and behaviors may simply be the result of millions of years of evolution, not extraterrestrial influence. And let's not forget the lack of concrete evidence. While the sunfish's behavior and physiology are certainly unique, there's no definitive proof that these creatures are of alien origin. As with any theory, the burden of proof lies with those who propose it. To conclude, the sunfish alien theory is a captivating concept that invites us to question our understanding of life on Earth. The sunfish's unique characteristics and behaviors certainly set it apart from other marine creatures. But without definitive evidence, the theory remains just that, a theory. While the truth remains a mystery, one thing is clear. The sunfish is certainly one of the most unique and fascinating creatures on our planet.